Hi everybody, today we have a new book that was written by Jan Brett. Now we know that Jan Brett is an illustrator and an author, so she wrote the book and she drew the pictures. This story is called The Easter Egg, and it's a great story about Hoppy. Hoppy is the main character. Now as I read this story, I want you to look at the very top. There's another story that's going to take place with the spring robin, and you'll see why I pointed that out to you. So here we go. As I read this, make sure you're able to tell your grown-up or your brother or sister who the characters are, what the setting is, and be able to summarize what happened. Cheer up, spring is here. Time to start on my first Easter egg ever, Hoppy said. Each year, the bunny who decorated the winning egg got to help the Easter rabbit hide the eggs on Easter morning. So you can see he's in his den or his burrow, and the spring robin is outside his window. Hoppy had been dreaming about being that bunny all year long. Now it was time to get started. Everywhere Hoppy looked, rabbits were working on dazzling eggs. I need an amazing idea, he thought. Hoppy spotted Flora Bunny planting spring wildflowers in her eggs. The Easter rabbit will love those colorful flowers, he thought, and started picking flowers for his eggs too. So you can see those are the eggshells, and she put the beautiful spring flowers in them. Here's the basket for your flowers, Hoppy, Flora said. Chop, chop, scrape, scrape. Hoppy spied Buster Birch carving a magnificent wooden egg. I wish I had some wood for my egg, he wished out loud. Here you go, Hoppy, Buster Birch said, and he put a smooth round piece of wood in Hoppy's basket. Thank you, Buster, Hoppy said. So you can see he's carving the wood. See, those are wood shavings on the ground. They use a special tool to do that. So now he has flowers, and now he has some wood. If you look up here, you can see that the mama robin is making a nest for her eggs. Hoppy was hopping along when the smell of sweetness led him out of the woods and straight to the chocolate egg that Aunt Sassafras was decorating with creamy frosting, squiggles, and bows. Hoppy, she said, how are you? She put some chocolate squares in his basket. These are special Easter eggs where you can look inside and there's a little scene, a little chick or a little bunny. Hippity hop, Hoppy exclaimed. I'll make the Easter rabbit a chocolate egg so sweet his whiskers will tingle. Then Hoppy saw Granny Irene decorating one of her fabulous story eggs. First she traced a design on the egg with a special tool. Then she dipped the egg in pots of yellow, green, orange, and red dye, adding to the design each time. Look at those beautiful eggs. Hoppy couldn't believe his eyes. I'll never make an egg that beautiful, he told Granny Irene. She smiled. Try, she said, giving him one of her special tools. So now he has the wood and the chocolate, flowers, and a special painting tool. And look up here, you can see that the robins have their nest all ready to go. You can see the willows decorating around the edge of the book. Hoppy was hopping by Hans Vanderrabbit's garden when he spotted an extraordinary egg. Hans was painting a portrait or a picture of the Easter rabbit. It was so real it looked alive. Fantastic, Hoppy exclaimed. Thank you, Hoppy, said Hans. Why don't you make a painting on your egg? He gave Hoppy pots of paint and a fine brush. So his basket is very full. And there's the mama robin sitting on her nest. And you can see over here there's another bunny painting and another bunny painting. And look at their eggs match their shirts. Isn't that cute? As Hoppy bounced along, a loud boing nearly knocked him off his feet. It was a whirling, twirling mechanical egg. Whoa, Hoppy said, that's an unusual egg. Would you like to make one, Roberto asked. Hoppy tried hard, but the harder he tried, the more parts and pieces piled up around him. Thank you, Roberto, he sighed, but I think I'd better make the egg that's right for me. Now look up here, there's a problem starting. You can see the mama bird is on her nest, but look at two naughty little squirrels are coming closer to her. think what might be happening. Tell your grown-up, tell your brother or sister. You can pause the story if you want. So think, pair, share. What do you predict is going to happen here? Hoppy hopped back to the woods and lay down under a tall tree to think. Making a beautiful egg is harder than I imagined, he thought. I guess I don't have it in me to win. I just want to make an egg I'm proud of. And up here you can see those squirrels are trying to get the Mama Robin's eggs. You can see the little blue eggs under her, and look at that naughty squirrel. Let's see if your prediction was right. Suddenly the woods rang with the squawking of birds sounding an alarm. Mother Robin swooped down, calling wildly as if she couldn't decide what to do. An egg had tumbled out of Mother Rabbit's nest. Inside the perfect blue egg was the baby robin that needed its mother to keep it warm until it hatched. So look at that. They knocked an egg right out of her nest, but there's still 2 little eggs left in the nest and 1 way down here on the floor. So think in your head again, what do you think Hoppy might do? Hoppy knew what he had to do. He sat down carefully and covered the blue egg with his soft, warm fur. I'll take care of you the best I can, he whispered. Relieved, Mother Robin chirped and settled down on her other 2 eggs. So she couldn't keep the eggs warm in her nest and keep her egg warm down on the ground. So now Hoppy's helping. Hoppy never left the robin's egg. If it was sunny and warm, he carefully turned the egg in its nest of moss. If it was rainy and cold, he kept the egg covered and dry. At night, wild animals passed by. Hoppy crouched down and stayed hidden in the ferns. See, there's a sneaky old fox creeping along. He probably would have liked to find that egg and Hoppy. Often he heard strange noises coming from above, but Hoppy did not run away, even though he was scared. It was raining, it was dark, there were predators in the woods, and he still protected that egg. Every day the rabbits worked on their eggs. Tadpoles turned into frogs, buds swelled into leaves, and Easter time came closer and closer. Finally, it was time for the rabbits to take their eggs to the glen. A glen is a grassy area. They had forgotten all about Hoppy, who was quietly sitting on the blue egg under the tall tree in the woods. So there he is. He never even made his egg, even though that was all he wanted to do. Early the next morning, the rabbits waited for the Easter rabbit. Suddenly, a beautiful wagon rolled toward them out of the mist. You could see, there comes the Easter rabbit. Look, instead of horses, he has hens pulling his wagon. So there he is. The rabbits are all dressed up. The wagon stopped. The Easter bunny stepped down from the wagon and admired the decorated eggs one by one. You have brought me the most beautiful eggs in the world, but a very special one is not here, he told them. The rabbits were puzzled. Whose egg could it be? Now, I don't know if you noticed, I'm going to go back a page. Here you can see, I'm going to go back 2 pages. You can see Hoppy is still sitting on the egg here. And he's got a happy look on his face over here. And look who hatched. The little robin that he helped hatch finally came out of his egg. The rabbits were puzzled. Whose egg could it be? Fill my wagon with your wonderful eggs, he said. When I return, I will show it to you. And he disappeared into the woods. And there you can see what's left, just the shells. And then over there, there's the little robin. And at the top, you can see his brother and sister hatched also. But that little robin would not have hatched if it wasn't for Hoppy. The Easter rabbit came back with Hoppy looking scruffy and bedraggled. Hoppy had an amazing egg to be proud of, the Easter rabbit told them. He has kept Mother Robin's egg warm and safe until her baby bird hatched and she could take care of it. The Easter rabbit placed the empty blue shell in the place of honor on the very top of the wagon. Now they were ready to go. And look, there's a little robin with Hoppy. There's the broken egg. The rabbits cheered for the egg that had surprised them all. "It's our best Easter ever, Hoppy," they shouted. Then the brave little bunny and the Easter rabbit rode off together to hide the eggs for girls and boys to find on Easter morning. So I hope you loved that story. I hope you're going to tell someone in your family all about it, summarize it, tell them what part you like best. Tell them what kind of egg you would decorate if you were doing that. All right, so I'm going to show you a couple things I need you to do for me. And you can work on this over the weekend if you'd like. So on Tuesday, we talked about alphabetizing some words. When you alphabetize words, you put them in order. Start with your A words, then the B words, C, D, all the way up. So here are some words from the story. Hoppy, rabbit, nest, egg, Easter, decorate, robin, brave. Look, I even drew an oval egg down here just to decorate it for you. Alphabetize those words. We've talked a lot this year about root words and suffixes. Remember, a root word is the real word, the main word, and a suffix is the ending, like ing. Underline the root word, circle the suffix. Underline the root word, circle the suffix. So these are all words that you would have heard in the story. Now the last thing down here, and you can work on this all weekend. Here's your job. Write a story about what Hoppy will do with the Easter Bunny. What will he see? How will he feel? Make sure you have opening and closing sentences. And you know, don't use boring old words. Use exciting words. Put adjectives in. And then at the end, draw a picture. So 3 things that you can do a great job on. Alphabetize, find root words and suffixes, and write a great story. We're really trying to get you friends all ready for 3rd grade, and we want you to be excited and ready to go. So this is going to help you share your story with your friends, and if you want to send Mrs. Ferreira or Mrs. Bowman or myself a video or a picture of your story, we'd love it. So have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.